Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mango etc. and I'm here today to talk to you about One Piece episode 699, and this episode can be broken into 3 parts, so that's how I'm going to do the review. The first part I want to talk about is the quick scene we have with Sabo and Koala, and within this scene that we learn that how the fight between Sabo and Fujitora is done. And how it ends is that how we have Fujitora. He's decided to end the fight because he has decided that he's going to trust in Luffy and the Straw Hats, basically. So he therefore sees no need to fight. So he ended his fight with Sabo, and we find out later on that he's gone to the plateau area. I think that's where Usopp is. Wherever Usopp and King Riku and etc. is, he's gone there, and he's just waiting to see things out from there. But also in the scene with Sabo and Koala, we get to see Koala and Sabo interact, and I think that their relationship is very reminiscent of Luffy and Nami's relationship, where we see Koala, she's scolding Sabo, similar to how Nami's always scolding Luffy when he does something stupid. And yeah, I thought that was quite reminiscent of that. And also during this scene, we get to learn that how Sabo, he still has his selfish side, still has his kid side for when he's younger. So that was nice to know that even though now that he's second in command of the revolutionaries, which is like a big organization, the biggest threat in the One Piece world, he still has he still hasn't changed from when he's a kid. The second bit I'm going to talk about is the whole Usopp, everything that happened with Usopp and company during this episode. So the scene starts off and we see that everyone has been captured, and it seems like King Riku ordered them to just let them capture them. Yeah, just to let them capture them, just to prevent further people getting hurt because of the conflict that Don Flamingo has been causing. I think that King Riku said to everyone, just let them capture them, because at the end of the day, King Riku also believes in Luffy. So he thought that this was the best option, because he knows that at the end of the day, everything will get resolved. But during the scene also, we get this pirate crew, and they've also come for Usopp and the others. All of the people that have bounties on their heads, this pirate crew has come for them as well. And it's not until this time, because King Riku isn't tied down, he steps in and he's willing to hurt this pirate crew, because I don't think the Dressrosa civilians. So he's willing to stop this pirate crew from attacking the civilians, and so he does that. So he stops the pirate crew from hurting the civilians with the help of Huck and somebody else. Yeah, so they stop the attack, and it's after they stop this attack that the civilians of Dressrosa realize the wrongs of what they were doing, and they're very upset about the fact that they tried to capture King Riku after they know all the bad things that Don Flamingo has done. They're really, really, really sorry, and it's from then that they decide to believe in King Riku, who also believes in Luffy. The last thing and the most important thing that I want to talk about for this chapter, is the whole Luffy and Law versus Don Flamingo. That's still going on. We get to see it in 2 parts of this episode, and it's really just, it's just the fighting. We get to see Luffy now. He's taken on because Don Flamingo has stopped controlling Bellamy for the time being, and Luffy is now taken on a string clone, but he's trying to bypass the string clone and get to Don Flamingo, and we get to see like a lot of blitzing around. We get to see like clashes, like Luffy uses Haki on his arm and goes for a punch, where Don Flamingo uses it on his foot and goes for a kick, and we see that clashing. We see that a lot in the episode. Throughout the two scenes of the fight, we get to see like basically Luffy going blow for blow with Don Flamingo, but towards the end it seems like how Dolphy is getting the upper hand. I do remember Dolphy getting by the end of the episode, Luffy's tied up, and I do remember him getting in like a clean hit towards Luffy. We also get to see Law. He's still fighting with Trable, and we get to find out that his radio knife attack that he used in the last episode, we find out that how it's not like his usual techniques, and this technique enables the body to stay in pieces for a certain amount of time, and this is why Trable was not able to put his body back together. We do get to see some more of their fight, and it looks like that Law would have been able to finish off Trable in this episode if Dolphy didn't intervene again. Yeah, so we would have got rid of Trable in this episode if it wasn't for Dolphy, but yeah, that happened as well. The scenes with Luffy, Law and Dolphy wasn't just all about the fighting though, it was quite interesting. We learned some very important things about Dolphy, and I think that goes into just why Dolphy is the way he is. We find out how that Dolphy is a celestial dragon, and it was his dad. He decided that like he doesn't want to be about that life anymore, doesn't want to live the life of a celestial dragon, so they came down and just lived normal lives. But that didn't work well, because like normal people, they don't like celestial dragons. So when they was living this life, normal people fought to just take the upper hand and attack these people, and it just seems like that Dolphy and his family, just ever since they left the Holy Land, they just had a life of forever being attacked by people for, well, I can't really say no reason, but they're just trying to live a simple life. Their dad wanted to live a simple life. Don Flamingo didn't know any better, but like he was just getting attacked, and Dolphy didn't understand why. And then one day Dolphy flipped, and then he killed his dad, and he took his head back to the Holy Land in order to try and get accepted back into like the Celestial Dragons. But the Celestial Dragons, they didn't have it. They didn't want, like, he knew Dolphy knew this wasn't gonna work with the Celestial Dragons, but he still tried it. But he knew he didn't get accepted, and this angered Dolphy, because it wasn't his fault that he left. He didn't want to leave. He was happy living the way he did. So it was because he tried to get reaccepted and he didn't. He just flipped on the Celestial Dragons, and that's when he decided that he wants to destroy anything that is tied to the Celestial Dragons. And in a way, I can understand that. Like, it wasn't his fault that he left, and he tried to come back, but he just wasn't accepted, so he just slipped, and now he wants to just destroy. Yeah, straight. I think I'd be on that same wave. I'd be like, you know what, alright, cool, I'm destroying you now then. But yeah, so we understand what Dolphy is trying to do within the One Piece world. He's trying to destroy anything that's connected to the Celestial Dragons, and I say, yeah, go for it. But yeah, that is the episode. Let me finish up this and then get it onto YouTube. So yeah, my rating is going to be, I think this episode was slightly better than usual. We get a lot of information in this episode. The fighting scenes was nice to see, the little clashes here and there, the speed blitzes. So yeah, I think I'm going to give it a 4. Yeah, I'll give it a 4 today. Yeah, before I change my mind. So it's gonna be a 4-star episode. So yeah, like always guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, but most importantly, take care, have a nice day.